Actually have the chance for severe weather later today, and this is some of the shots from our trackers out yesterday. Largest team of trackers in the country. That's a video from Hank and Jeremy this morning. Tuttle yesterday, one of the spots that got hit, as well as Bridge Creek. We saw one in Goldsby. This Bridge Creek tornado, actually, Hank got into a tricky situation there where the tornado was actually on top of him. You can see the debris flying around in his shot. Really scary situation for him and Patty, but of course they're well prepared to be in that situation because they got a heavy truck and they know how to maneuver it. But of course, if you're out there and you are driving around and you don't know where the tornado is, that is a dangerous situation. So you always try to stay with News 9. Here's this from Noble. Once the sun went down, of course, really tricky chase conditions yet again. You can really only see when there's lightning and when there's power flashes, but our trackers are the best in the state. So now this is what we have. We have an area of low pressure off to our north, a dry line kind of extending down from that. Out ahead of the dry line is where we're gonna see the storms today. When you're waking up, you're probably going to notice it feels very muggy. The air is so thick. 75 degrees is our current temperature. Winds from the south, they've been gusting up to 20-25 miles per hour, and it is very humid this morning as well. So future next gen showing those storms popping along the I-44 corridor. It's going to start kind of in the Lawton area and ride up to the northeast. I think your biggest chance for seeing large hail is going to be in south central Oklahoma, as well as seeing some strong winds with these storms as well. There is a tornado threat. It's fairly low, but it is most certainly still there. We're also going to see some heavy rain with this system, and then off and on rain here through Saturday and through Sunday as well. So here we are on Saturday morning. Another wave kind of rides up from the south and peters out as it moves on its way north and to the west. And then by Saturday afternoon, we see another batch of rain and storms move through, and these areas of rain could become storms and be severe as well on Saturday afternoon and evening. I think that's going to be a low end severe. I'll show you that zone in just a second, but continuing to see that off and on rain through the day on Sunday as well. So currently this is our setup. We got temperatures in the middle upper 70s. We are heading into the upper 80s and low 90s. It is going to be a hot one. We still have 60s, mid to upper 60s in northwest Oklahoma and the Panhandle. That's because you got winds from the north coming in from northwestern Oklahoma. They're gusting pretty strongly. We have that dry line situated kind of along the west side of the state as well. So you can definitely see where the cool, dry air is versus where the warm, moist air is, and that collision of air masses is part of what gives us the storms later today. So there's the temperatures, 90s, upper middle 80s, close to 90 degrees in Stillwater, Ponca City. Your chance for rain and storms this afternoon and evening, 60% chance from Tulsa. Again, it's really going to be the I-44 corridor with the highest chance for seeing severe storms in south central Oklahoma. There's your storm zone. Pretty much anywhere where you're going to see that precip today is where you have the chance for up to baseball-sized hail. I think we could see up to 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts with these storms, and of course we do have that low tornado threat in there as well. South central Oklahoma again under the gun for the largest hail. Few 80-mile-per-hour gusts here all along the I-44 corridor from Miami down to Tulsa, down through Lawton and Ardmore as well. And there's your isolated tornado threat also. So definitely keeping an eye on that. Trackers are going to again be out, even though they were out last night. They are going to continue to monitor this situation today, and of course our full team of meteorologists as well. 64 degrees overnight tonight. It's going to be a mild night. We're going to continue with off and on rain even in the overnight hours, and then tomorrow morning the first wave of storms kind of continues to move out in northeast Oklahoma, and then the next wave moves in from the south. So we got 100% chance in for southwest Oklahoma, 80% chance for Oklahoma City as it kind of weakens as it heads its way northward. A little bit cooler tomorrow, upper 70s and middle 70s. And then tomorrow afternoon and evening, that wave of showers and storms continues on its way northward, and we see a good portion of the state continuing to see that off and on rain. So I think these are going to be low end severe for tomorrow, up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts, quarter-sized hail possible as well. With that, they're going to kind of pulse up and then pulse back down, which is not quite as threatening as the storms we saw yesterday. So Mother's Day weekend, again, periods of rain and thunder, but not a complete washout. I think you're just going to need to bring your umbrella for any plans that you have this weekend for graduation and for Mother's Day.